Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Regular viewers will realise I've turned things around. Even I'm sick of looking at that white door at the other end of the shop. I've managed to survive a week without Debs. She's been away on holiday. She comes back tomorrow night. I've actually had a couple of days off work, Thursday and Friday. I spent most of that time in here. I managed to get the ball handle done for Keith Fenner's toolbox giveaway. The ball handle is actually for a ball turning adapter for a lathe. Somebody else is making the base, somebody's making the top. Anyway, I put a video of making that. It was quite an interesting little thing to do. I also do a 4-jaw chuck adapter for my Harrison lathe. I bought a drive plate cheap off eBay and I've made a 4-jaw chuck fit that. I'm going to put quite a bit of film in from Beamish a fortnight ago. Some of the things Mick and I saw were across there very interesting. It tends to break up the machining. As a welding job come in, I do a welding job for a friend, some stainless steel. It's actually like a build-up job, a build-up with stellite, and he's going to machine it. That's quite interesting. I get some decent arc shots at doing that. I put 2 or 3 videos up this week from last weekend's steam rally. It was interesting. There was some nice stuff there. There was one interesting thing I did find when I was down there. I was looking at some of the commercial vehicles and I come across an old Austin K9 4-wheel drive, and it's actually the wagon that I drove probably 25-30 years ago. I worked for a recovery firm and we did police recovery work, and I drove this on a regular basis. It was amazing to find it still with its original jibs on the back. A lot of the panel work, a lot of the welding work I actually did myself, and it's obviously survived all these years. But fortunately I didn't get to meet the owner. I did leave one of my cards on his white blade, so if you're watching this, throw the card, please get in touch. I've got lots of photographs of that wagon when it was being built and its actual working life. I've been asked by a friend to do a welding job. It's a bit of stainless steel. He's machined and he supplied some filler rod and he wants a bead of weld put around there. I think the filler material is stellite. He says it was something very hard. Anyway, he's going to machine it. All I've got to do is run a bead of weld around there. He says if I preheat it first and then let it cool nice and slowly, it should prevent it from cracking. Anyway, we'll give it a try and see what happens. This is all I'm going to use to preheat it, just enough to take some of the chill off it. Let that cook for 10 minutes on there, get it nice and warm, and then we'll weld it. This is the machine I'm going to weld it with. It's a TIG welder I've got on loan from a company called Artec. Doesn't look too bad. Another run round there should do them. That's welded up quite nicely. Ended up using 180 amps and then slowly backing off as it started to get a lot more heat into the job. Anyway, you can machine that up now. I've put plenty of metal on so you can get a nice square corner on it. I bought this off eBay last week. What it is what they call a catch plate. It fits onto my Harrison lathe. That's your L00 taper and thread. I've already got a catch plate, but I got this very cheaply. I only paid £10 for it. And what I want to do with it, I've got a 4-jaw chuck here. This was a spare 4-jaw chuck off my box fat lathe. It's a really good chuck. Nice and tight. It's done very little work. So what I intend doing is mounting this chuck onto that catch plate. You can buy blank back plates, but they're an absolute fortune. But when I paid £10 for that, I can afford to modify it and fit that chuck onto it. This is the 4-jaw chuck that came with the lathe, the Pratt chuck. It's an excellent chuck, but it is big for some of the work I do. You can see the size of the jaws compared to that. You can get smaller, finer work in there. I have used it before, mounted inside that one, but the trouble is you've got more overhang then from your lathe spindle, which isn't ideal. That's the back plate that was on that box fat chuck. It's back plate I machined actually. I've got the bolts for it as well. So what I'll do, so I can get these 2 pins out, I would think I'll just screw in, and I'll take this up the top shed, give it a good clean up with a wire brush, and then we'll see about machining it to fit that small 4-jaw chuck. As I thought, they just screwed in. That's not even screwed in, it's just pushed in that one. That'll just punch out of there. And this one is the same. Right, that one's quite slack. I'll keep these because the way I'm going to mount the chuck on the back plate, I'm not going to destroy this, it'll still be usable. Right, I'll put them away safe, and then we'll never find them again. I'll put them in the cupboard under the lathe. It's cleaned up quite nicely. I don't think it's actually been mounted. There's no signs of damage anywhere. Often you just line the bottom of the lathe for their miserable existence. Take all the chuck off. that screws on quite nicely. That's running obviously nice and true. Right, this drive plate is actually the same diameter as the chuck. I'm not going to machine the whole thing down to fit into there. Like that one, it's pointless. All I'm going to do is machine a register that fits into there. I've got something to measure off there. So I'm going to duplicate that on the end of there, but leave this full diameter, which means I get a bigger chuck, or I want to use it as a drive plate. I haven't done any real damage to it. Chuck ready for the plate to sew up. It's actually pretty good. That's a decent finish. We'll leave it at that. What I will do, I'll get the hoover and I'll hoover some of this cast iron dust up, because it is horrible stuff. Right, that's the diameter we're aiming for, so I can safely go down just clipping those holes, and then we can kind of make front on it and go for size from there. Right, we're still safe. There's probably 100 thou to come off, so we'll take this down to depth now. I don't like using a vernier for this sort of thing, but I haven't got a make big enough. We've still got 50 thou to go. I'll take a 20 thou cut, 20 aside. I don't want 10 thou according to that. That's a 2.5 thou cut I put on it. I'm actually using the DRO to set this. Down to 3 thou now. That's all good. That's beautiful. Right. What I'll do now, I take a cut coming out of it just to finish the face off. Change the tool. I just want to put a chamfer on just to break those sharp edges. Cast iron dust makes you sneeze. And that edge of the register. Right, that's basically the machine finished on there. And that's the sort of fit you want. And that could still be used for a catch plate if you really need it to, but I have got another one. So for an outlay of £10 to buy that, it's going to make a really useful chuck for the lathe. There's 4 places there where the bolts can go, which are in the middle of nowhere, so to speak. I'll go on there like that. Mount on the milling machine, I'll spot through, drill and tap them. I'm sure you have a Whitworth. Now UNC, I'll have to have a look at all these original bolts. They look like UNC. Right, very pleased with that. I put 2 or 3 videos up this week from last weekend's video bell end. Bastard.